In 8 months, Quebecers will be electing a new government. In all likelihood, if the polls stay as they are, that will be a Parti Québécois government. And while I have absolutely no problem with Quebec nationalism and the protection of the French language, I think that the past decade and a half of Parti Québécois politics has made it attractive to a certain kind of voter. Let's start off with Billy Savoie, who is a school teacher that has, shall we say, flirted with Nazism. No, that's not AI. That's really the uniform he chose to wear. Well, he's been attending or has attended Parti Québécois events. I'm not saying he was welcome with open arms, but it's not like they kicked him out. Next, you have a group called Nouvelle Alliance, whose members have sometimes attended PQ meetings. Here are some excerpts from their Facebook page. Torches, Quebec for Quebecers, beautiful blonde children reading literature, not terribly subtle. There's a great report by Nouveau Info on this. They asked PQ leader Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon what he thought about all of this. And he said, look, I don't have the CIA or the FBI to investigate every single person who applies for membership, but if they violate our code of conduct, they're out. Otherwise, extreme left, extreme right, these people find themselves inside of our party. That's democracy. Next, you have Alexandre Cormier-Denis, who at one point was both a member of the PQ and attending events by the Front National, that's Marine Le Pen's extreme right party in France. I know they've changed their name. Then, of course, you have the conservative columnist Mathieu Bock-Côté, who has called Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon one of the best politicians of this generation. And, of course, Mathieu Bock-Côté, beyond all of the horrible things he said about Muslims, women, trans people, he's good buddies with Éric Zemmour, a French politician, political commentator, who has spent an inordinate amount of his career defending Nazi collaborators. What is it about the PQ's politics that attracts these young men? Well, let's start with the failures of liberalism. The dominant political players in Quebec for decades were the Quebec Liberals, and this party is responsible for a massive erosion of our public services and a lowering of our quality of life. The Parti Québécois also knows that it's very difficult for them to be the leftist national party because that party already exists. So, with the current government, the CAQ, a conservative government, eroding in the polls, they're going after conservative voters with measures that are highly focused on demonizing immigrants, dog whistling against the trans community, referring to Canada as a bigger danger to Quebec than the fascist regime of Donald Trump. The reason I'm mentioning this now is because Alexandre Cormier-Denis has just made a sort of public enemies list of leftists. One of our columnists is on that list. Billy Savoie and his followers are going crazy on leftists online right now, and it would be a great time for the PQ to say, guys, shut the fuck up. I think they might listen.